Welcome to BMO Radio with your host, Eric Spencer, president of the Black Man's Option.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of BMO Radio. I am your host, the Prez. Thank you for coming out tonight and hanging out with us for a little bit. As you can see from the title of the show, it's time for law and order, a separation in the black male travel movement. Now, what we're going to discuss tonight are some things that have been circulating in this space for a while. Now, at BMO, we're not the type to sit back and just do a bunch of name calling, finger pointing, and whatnot. You know, we try to get along and work with everybody that works with us. But there are some things that have been going on here roughly for the past almost 2.5 to 3 years that we can't say anything anymore. We can't sit back and just let the stuff continue because we understand what it is for us as black men and the image that we're putting out. Now, what prompted this live stream tonight is a recent live stream that was done by Pablo Freshcobar. One of our admin brought it to my attention, and I went and I took a look at it. Shout out to Pablo. And there's always been this concern about what other brothers are doing, what they're doing with their products, or their time, their money, or their Johnson. Now, that's something I just don't understand. You, as a heterosexual black man, let me just go ahead and clear it off. Let me just sit back and get comfortable because we're going to have a conversation tonight. And it's going to sound like a rant, and it probably is. But we're going to clear some stuff. Now, first and foremost, I would definitely want to talk about one of the issues that was brought up by one of the speakers on Pablo's live stream. And his conversation, the comments that he made during that conversation, he's talking about frustrated and now agrees. Now, everybody knows that Al Grease did a documentary called Frustrated. And it came out sometime around 2011. But what a lot of people don't know, or they haven't done their research, or they have seemed to forgot is that documentary was done in response to a article that was written in essence, basically black men ain't shit, and what you doing in Brazil. The article was blaming on Rio, talking about black men partaking in the local cuisines in Rio de Janeiro. This is in 2006. Nobody, and I mean nobody, said anything about that article being published. So you had Al Grease take it upon himself. He spent his dime, his time, and he put his shine on it to speak up for black men. Now, the gentleman made comment about Gree and his marital status or some other things pertaining to what Gree's relationship statuses are. Honestly, that's none of your damn business. And you trying to link that documentary to his marital status, that's quite frankly none of your damn business because the documentary was made in response to an article talking about black men traveling way back in 2006. So for you to sit up here and criticize Grease, which this ain't the only time I've heard this. There have been a lot of dudes in this space, in this travel space, that discount Grease's contribution. A lot of you Negroes wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Grease. And damn sure wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Charles Tyler. I'm like, but you guys want to sit back and just talk shit about something that you don't know nothing about. And that's why the space is in disarray like it is right now. But we're gonna talk about that tonight. Best believe we're gonna talk about back it tonight, and we're gonna have some people come on, and you can put your 2 cents into the game, whoever, whenever, whatever. I say because you know what, it's time somebody start pushing back on these narratives, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that a lot of these people are putting out here. They're selling wet dreams for clicks and views, and they're very disingenuous about what the actual black travel male. Let me rephrase that: heterosexual black male travel movement is. And I got to put that disclaimer in there. And I'm going to talk about that later too, because there's a lot of fruit bootiness going on in this so-called black male travel space as well. We're going to talk about that. So first and foremost, let me play for you the link, the comment that was made on Pablo's show. Let me get it queued up right now.
Y'all guys are not willing to marry women. Like hold on. I mentioned the point with the guy who made the frustrated Brazil. Is he married to this day? He not married. He out there being a sex pet in Brazil, right? So is he married? So when you knock it out, bash black women, or they not submissive, they not feminine, they not feminine. But okay, do you got you? If it wait, what? How many years? 15 years? Have you got it? Do what's his name?
Have you spoken with Al before?
Did he get a wife now?
Sir.
No, he don't got no wife. So why you keep on using that?
Have you spoken with Al? Hold up. Have you spoken with Al?
Never spoken to him, but he's married.
Speak to him and find out. I don't know his marital status. It's not my business. I don't know his marital status. It's not my business.
He's not married.
Coach, but you're married though, right?
So as you can see in the conversation that was had on Pablo's stream, you got somebody that hasn't spoken to Al, doesn't know Al, has no interaction with Gree whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the man, the myth, the legend, a chance to respond to that comment. Without further ado, let me bring up Mr. Frustrated himself, Al Gree.
E, what's going on, brother?
Coach, what's going on?
Hot damn hole. Here we go again.
Yes, that's what. Hey, look, that's what I'm talking about.
Hot damn hole. Here we go again. Here we go again. And this is weird for me, but first and foremost, how you doing, brother? It's been a minute. I know since we traveled abroad. I think last time we kicked it somewhere out the country.
Yes,
so first and foremost, man, how's everything with you, brother?
Coach, everything's good. You know, we getting ready for November, South Africa. The final trip to this destination. We're getting ready for that.
I'm looking forward to it.
On the horizon, definitely coming on. And you know, the outreach stuff has been very inspirational for us, and definitely something big coming down the pipe. So, how are you doing? Tell us how you doing.
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Hustling, grinding, staying focused. Still got my mission in place. But, you know, hot damn hole, here we go again.
Hey, look.
This is new. This is new for me because I never been in a position when I had to start explaining myself to men. What the hell I'm doing with my marital status and so on and so forth. This is new to me, and this is something I usually don't engage in. But when I got the call and we sat down, we chat, and you see the dysfunction going on in the space, so I felt obligated, man. You got to sit down with E, and I'll sit down with you anytime. But this is something that needs to be discussed, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it from women. When women, you out here promoting this and that, and I treat it like a traffic stop. When women stop me and stuff, I treat it like it's a traffic stop. Ma'am, you're not being detained. You're free to go. I'm not detaining you. You free to go.
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost. So when you see his statement like that. And me and you been hanging out in Brazil before for the last, I don't know how many umpteen years.
Yeah.
You seen me. You seen how I roll. You see what I do. Most guys that go out there now don't see me there because I don't hang out in those little local spots.
Right.
Them little local spots. And you don't know who I'm with and how I get down and how I move around. And frankly, it's none of your damn business. It's none of your damn business. Number two, I know who I am and what I have created and the impact I have had. And for individual safety, other individual safety, we're not getting them attacked or people trying to rush on her or whatever, so on and so forth. If she exists, I don't know if she exists or not, but I'm just saying if she exists out there. So, I move a little different. I move a little bit different than average cats. Plus, a wise man, a fool's rush in. A wise man tread as he go. So, I'm fine by Brazil, but I'm going to South Africa in November.
There it is.
Thailand. I've been to Asia, and really not fond of that too much, but I went and explored. I have no kids, single man. Why I need to rush? Why I need to rush into something? The world is vast. I want to taste it all before I settle down on something. I want to taste all the dishes and see what's my favorite. What's my favorite?
Yeah, and
I'm saying that to be nice, but basically, who I'm married to, none of your damn business. You ain't part of the family,
right? And that's what I wanted to talk about is that you have a lot of these guys in these spaces. They worried about marital status and what you're doing and whatnot, and that's not what it's about.
Not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Some of it was about that, and we got mutual friends that have found that true love and reached out to us.
Yes.
If not give no names. I've received emails. Oh shit! People hit me, gave me donations. Yo, Gree, what's your cash at? I found out your wife. Thank you for your product that you have put out. It has made a major impact on my life, and I want to thank you, brother. I get that all day long.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
most of us don't feel the need to broadcast that to the rest of the world. Some men, lone wolves, will go out and find what they got. They're happy. They settle down. That's it. Some of them are part of groups, and other groups probably know individuals that made that decision, made that choice. But I get emails all day based on what the product that I put out. In defense of men.
Right.
I put that out for you, goddammit, not for me, because I don't give a fuck what they say about me. I just don't. But I put that out in defense of men. The guy who write a self-help book, y'all don't go back and question him. You just read the book, use the information. That's it.
Yeah, and like I said, that's been a new trope here in the space is that you have a lot of men that are basically de-policing what you're doing.
And as males.
Yeah.
A lot of males, yeah.
You a grown-ass man, and you worried about what another man do. I say, where they do that at?
Here in America.
You worrying about his status. Why are you worried about that? And was very vehemently opposed to you doing it. Like the whole thing was like, men don't need to be traveling. I'm like, but why are you so upset about men leaving the country and traveling and exploring their options? That's the part. And try to use you as some type of ram to say, hey, look at Gree. He ain't doing nothing, brother. You're not in those spaces. You and I both know you're not in those spaces. A lot of guys are not going to broadcast their marital status because it's none of your damn business.
I don't broadcast my income. I don't broadcast my income either.
Right. So, and who are you to hold me to a standard? I don't owe you anything.
Never met you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what the space has started to become, and it's lost what it was started for. It was for black men, American black men, to find and explore their options overseas for a better life. And whatever that life is, that's up to you. Whether you want to be a single man, or if you want to be married, or if you just want to experience the culture and get away from the matrix, whatever that may be. And this is a catalyst for that. But for you to sit up here and try to critique what somebody did in creating a product like Frustrated in defense of black men everywhere, you need to sit down and just shut the hell up. But you can't. But that's what you have now. You have a lot of that in this space.
Or you have to do some research.
Well, that's the other thing too, because like the man said, he hadn't talked to you. He only watched Frustrated. You could tell he was very biased. He wasn't open. He's arguing with them about that. And when the other guy asked him, have you spoke to Gree? No, I ain't spoke to Gree. Well, then how are you going to speak about something if you haven't spoke to the man about what's going on with him? And then you trying to say like his product was a bad influence on other people. No, dude. You just not in those spaces. That's all that is.
Well, you got to take consideration now, and I'm just learning this too, that a lot of males here in America now have feelings. They develop these feelings. You know, we were raised a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, I had daddy at home. I knew granddaddy. I'm fortunate enough to know my great grandfather. All right, so I had male figures in my life. So it was fuck your feelings. This is, as a man, this is what's required of you. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. So I grew up without that feeling, the feeling in my equation in life.
Right, right.
And I always taught lessons. You know, when I came 13 and Pop seen me looking at asses and shit, the first thing he did to me, hey, we're gonna get you a dog. This your dog. I got a dog. Okay, I'll take the dog. It's your dog. Go walk it, feed it. You got to teaching me responsibility. It ain't my feelings. You wanted a dog, this is required. So before you sling that thing out there, just know. Got you, Pops. Got you, Pops. I got it. So I was in I wasn't out there just reckless with it, and I got babies all over the damn place. That's why I have freedom to do what I want to do. What I want to do now.
Right.
Nowadays, men have feelings. And, you know, how do you deal with men and their feelings? This is new to me.
Yeah, it's new to me too.
My circles, most men, when I say my circles, that's BMO. We sit down and chop it up as men and fuck your feelings. And I got older brothers, I'm the youngest. So when we sit down and we talk truth to each other, it ain't about your fucking feelings. It ain't about your feelings. So, you know, nowadays in this space, a lot of men in their feelings, and that's just something that we got to deal with, men in their feelings. I discard them. I discard them. You can't reach out to me one-on-one. I'm easy to find. The social media, and I always respond, though. So.
Yeah, but like you said, they don't want to do the research. They just want to talk out the side of their mouths. They just want to be able to say what they want to say and think there's not going to be any pushback to it. Or they just misrepresenting what the product is to validate their point. And, you know,
it's hard when you can't dispute it. If you can't dispute the product or analyze and break it down, do some research, break down the product, you can't do that. So then you start attacking the author. Who's this guy? Who put it? Why we ain't seen his wedding? Why we ain't seen his baby? Why the hell would I show it to you? Who the fuck are you? I don't know you.
Exactly. And that's my whole point. And it has been for a long time whenever you hear the naysayers talking about, well, you guys are going overseas, you ain't getting married. I say, you don't know who's doing what. Everybody is not on YouTube to share their life or their business. I was like, a lot of brothers, you're never going to hear about them. Unless you in those circles, you don't know. And even if it is, you are in those circles. We respect each other's privacy. Now, if we get permission to share that, then we will. But if you're not a part of the club, you don't get entry. And that's just what it is. And you have a lot of guys, like I said, a lot of guys now in this space that you hear that often. And I'm like you, I don't get it. Why are you so concerned what another man is doing with his Johnson? Whether he married or not, are you married? What are you doing?
Are you taking care of your kids?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you up on your child support? Are you behind your head? What's your credit score look like?
Yeah.
What's your credit score look like?
Hey, look at, can you get a passport?
There you go.
Yeah. Can you get a passport?
Yeah,
so
that sounds like dude from the outside looking in. He's the outside looking in, can't travel, probably can't go far as what's that? Far as Texas. Can't go far as borders and shit. That's it. That's it, man. So listen, I met guys traveling, met them in the airport, met them at the location, wherever I was visiting at that moment. We sat down, we chopped it up, and we had deep conversations because most of the guys are men, especially the men that have relocated.
Right.
Relocated. Like we met my man at what's that, the chicken club?
Yeah, chicken in Patia.
He introduced us to his wife. He introduced us to his wife. He had his daughter there, his restaurant, and frustrated played a major part of my decision. And moving out here is crazy. And I'm sitting here meeting you, Gree. Yo, come to my restaurant. I came back. Yo, my man got the kicking chicken spot. We did go holler at him, and he shared his story and his impact. And my product has an impact on the movement and in individual lives. So what he talking about, I can. I'm not used. Like I said, we ain't used to. I'm not used to dealing with this with men, so I dismiss it.
No, and it's
I'm going to dress it. I'm going to dress it today.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Hey, what a yak at? Take the yak out. I'm usually reserved, but Teddy should have had that yak out.
Nah, man. Hey, look, I just sipping on this H2O, boy. That's all I've been doing, sipping on this H2O. But that's it is. And I think for us as BMO, we took a step back from broadcasting because we had to make an assessment and look at the space. And the space is supposed to be about Black male tribal movement and things that you're going to encounter, things to inspire you, things that you're going to need information-wise, and to help brothers along the way, because it's not something that you can do by yourself. But what it's turned into is, like I said before, everybody's selling wet dreams for clicks and views. Everybody want to be the HNIC. Everybody want to put this woman and that woman on Woman of Leisure, and they're passing them off as they're like in these relationships. And quite frankly, you're disingenuous to your audience because you're not giving a fair representation of what we're trying to present to you. Frustrated gave you one, it gave you an introduction to a foreign culture with American black men in it. Two, it counteracted a narrative of the black men ain't shit in the Essence magazine article. So, and three, how instrumental it was because it spawned so many other guys, whether they want to give you credit or not. And I'm not kissing your ass. I'm just being real. And we know Charles was one of them. Charles was very inspired by Frustrated, and that's why he created the Black Man's Option.
When Charles reached out to me, and Charles was living in Philly, and I'm in New York, so that's about maybe a 2-hour drive. When we finally connected, man, and he explained to me his vision from watching Frustrated and taking a trip out to Brazil, and he was inspired, and he came back with a vision. And when he finally connected with me, when he explained to me what he was trying to build and what he was trying to do, I drove to Philly. I said, hold on, bro, I like this. And I drove to Philly, and me and him sat down. And he asked me, I want to be a part of it, be a part of the group and all this stuff. And this is the vision that he see from Frustrated. Now, a lot of these guys from BMT, Aaron, there was another cat, Runaway Boys, all these guys that came into Charles' clique and then turned it into a money grab situation. They figured they can make money on their own, and it turned the movement into a money grab, and it fractured off. All of them came in under that umbrella because BMO was the first to do it. BMO, from my knowledge, BMO was the first one that had all black exclusive. There might have been more, might have been others out there, but I didn't know of it. But from building off Frustrated and bringing that community together under an umbrella, which was BMO, a lot of guys came in, and then I seen a lot of guys break off from that and start their own. Now, just imagine the power and the strength we would have if we stayed together, and also Charles stayed alive. But still, a lot of them came, even when he was alive, started fracturing off and turned the whole movement into a money grab. Well, I can go on YouTube and do my own stuff and get my own clicks and views and do this and do that and do that. And that's why we had this dysfunction today. That's where we at today with it. So the leadership, people say, oh, why you don't have no leadership when you got lone wolves? You got lone wolves popping up daily from all over the place, and they want to do their own thing. I understand men who want to do their own thing. There's a lot of guys that want to do their own thing, but you got to always look at the bigger picture. And we had the momentum in the beginning. In the beginning, from Frustrated and guys traveling and started moving and started making the impact. You saw the momentum building. Now it died down because it got diluted into something else, and now it's all about clicks and views, like you said. It's how much money I can make off of this. Trying to sell it from a sexual standpoint, because we've known individuals that have moved, set up lives in other countries, and we call it boots on the ground. So if I wanted to relocate somewhere, I could call an individual and say, "Hey, man, listen, I'm thinking about moving out there. What's good?" And sit down and break it down for me. And that's the part that's missing. And it's turning into, well, chicks out here like this, chicks out here like that, chicks out here like that.
Right, exactly. And I'm with you because it's one is losing credibility. Two, you have diluted it, and three, it's lost its original message. Because, like I said before, and I keep reiterating this, it is a black male, heterosexual black male travel space, travel movement. This is what we are talking about. We're talking about building together because you have a bigger picture. It's not just about you going over there and getting a woman. It's about educating you about the culture that you're going in. Like you're starting to see everybody right now talk about the racism in Brazil. As far as the Afro-Brazilians, brother, we've been talking about that for 3 years. We already saw that because the geopolitical landscape in Brazil has changed dramatically. But if you're not focused on that, or if you're not talking to locals about that, or even talking to people that actually live there, like the GM and other people that actually live there and saying, yo, things have changed a lot, and starting to see the pushback now that dudes are saying, like, yo, if you a dark-skinned dude, you're not really getting any play in Brazil. If you're looking for an Afro-Brazilian chick, well, why is that? Because you have to look at the culture. And these are things that we try to explain, but that's not hot and sexy. Now, if I put some tits and ass in a thumbnail and got a chick walking up and down Copacabana that's been done for the umpteenth time, oh, my God, this dude, he really doing it big. But you disingenuous because that's not really how it is. You got dudes making videos in hole-in-the-wall spots like it's the biggest club ever. And then you lead guys down a path, and you lead them down the wrong path. And it's like, yo, this is not really what it is. And then they think that all of you are liars because you're just snake oil salesmen selling us dreams so you can get our money. But we're not about that. Never have been about that. BMO, Charles, frustrated. We want to give you information that you can use. We also want you to understand the importance of black men working together, especially when you move abroad. Because if you're really traveling and you're really paying attention to what's going on overseas, other groups of people are making investments. Other groups of people are investing together, working together. Other groups of people are capitalizing on opportunities that they see when they go overseas. Black men in mass traveling is a new phenomenon. But at the same time, we have enough guys in this space to they should be able to understand that we need to do this together because winning is a team sport. And what we want to emphasize on, which is something new that we've been doing for us, is your image. Because like you said, you got too many people that have splintered off and everybody wants to go and get clicks and views. And now you're dumbing down the content so that, oh, well, that guy, he got 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, but what information is he giving you that you can actually use? None. He just showing me some tits and ass on a beach someplace so I can live vicariously through him. Dude, that does nothing for you being able to move, you being able to find a better life. But if that's what you want to do, that's fine. That's why the broadcast tonight is talking about a separation in the black travel movement, because just like that joke Chris Rock said, you got black folks and you got niggas. Well, we got the same thing going on in the black male travel movement. You got black men that really want to do something and about something, and you got a bunch of niggas that's out here acting a damn fool and destroying the American black male image.
And that's the one that's going to get promoted the fastest. Exactly. And the further when you see it out there. Seeing black men celebrated, black men loved around the globe, having that be the face of black men coming back to America, that cannot be the narrative. The narrative must be changed. So they focus on the buffoonery of it, and that gets promoted more, and that gets all the clicks and baits and get it excited. I've seen Passport Bros mentioned on Fox News and other news outlets, but it's short. It's short. It's black men are traveling now and they're getting passports and next, and move on from it. Move on from it. But when you go on social media, the narrative is tits and ass and black men and Pookie and Ray Ray and this one got caught over here and this one got drugged over here and this one went to Colombia and this and that and the buffoonery of it. And a lot of it, to credit, a lot of black men that go out there and set up camp and set up and have their infrastructure together don't broadcast it. If you're not part of the clique and somebody don't bring you in, you're just on the outside. They don't have YouTube channels. They don't broadcast it. And you meet them and you see them out in the broad because, you know, we could look at each other and say, oh, man, that's another brother there. That's another brother there. So if they recognize you, sit down and have a conversation, they bring you into a bigger scope. But like I said, Water seeks his own level. This been out for the travel space, been out for 10 years now. And you know, it's still focusing on the low end of it, the low hanging fruit of it. And hopefully in the next 10 years, that narrative will change.
Yeah.
But as long as you have men in their feelings about what other men doing, it's going to prolong that.
Yeah, it is going to prolong that. And you know what? That's good that you mentioned that because I want to segue into that because what has evolved from the Passport Bro movement, well, really the black male travel movement was a catchy phrase that some say came up from another YouTuber, but you know, I've seen instances where it's been said way before he popularized it. But that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is Passport Bros is for heterosexual black men, American black men. That's where the movement started. But see, what happens is that, like you said, the rest of the world is giving black men accolades. They're starting to profess their love and admiration for black men. And that is something that they cannot have. Now, I know numerous guys have said plenty of good things about traveling and stuff, but nobody really shares their true experiences as to how they're received. And for us, especially us, because we travel in big groups, and that's not something that they used to see, and especially in the ways that we move. So when you see the response to them having, with you being in their presence, the shit is overwhelming because it feels like you're in some type of, you're an NBA player or NFL player or something of that nature, but it's crazy. You realize the image that black men have throughout the world and how powerful it truly is. And it's the opposite of what we've been told. And when you understand that, wow, we can really make a difference. Because if a small group of us can have this type of impact, then a large group of us moving together, we can change the world. But you can't get past tits and ass to do that. And Charles's problem was he tried to present a better life for people through better quality of women. But you cannot filter and vet the people that you let into your movement. And that's one of the other comments one of the people had on Pablo's live stream. And he made a very valid point. But before I get to that, I definitely want to segue into what we were talking about.
Before you segue into that, I want to just piggyback off what you just said. And when we went to Thailand for the first time in the group, I think you was out there with it.
2019.
When we went to the Thai fight, the Muay Thai fight.
Yes.
We take a photo out in front. And we got photobombed by all the Thais, the native people there. They wanted to jump in the picture with us. And they came in and they put their arms around us and all that stuff. They just embraced us and took pictures and they were excited to see us in that whole group. Yes. I never forgot that feeling, man. That was amazing. That was awesome. They came in. I was walking with DJ in the mall. Mm-hmm. And this gentleman was with his wife. And she saw DJ and had to take a picture with DJ, gave the phone to his wife, and they were arguing about, okay, after I take your picture, You got to take me. You got to get me a picture of one of him too. And they were arguing over who gonna go first and all that stuff. And D was just standing. I just shake my head like you feel like a rock star. You felt like a rock star, man.
Yeah. It's overwhelming. You know, and we've done, our nonprofit, Charles Tyler Foundation, and we've had 2 official instances. One we've done in South Africa, the other one we did in Brazil, and to have that effect on people is very powerful, especially when it affects the way people around them reacts. And I'll just tell you the quick story. We recently did one in Brazil. So we made a food donation and we made an equipment donation. The Secretary General of the Brazilian Union was there, Rafael Thompson. And Rodrigo, who runs the Institute, he told us that when he found out that we were donating money for new equipment for the kids in the favela, he came up with some money. Now, Rodrigo been working with this man for years, but all of a sudden he found some money once he saw us invest in his community. So we were able to not only do more with just the equipment, we were able to give more food back to the community. And the response to the kids, Rodrigo talks about it. He said, man, the kids talk about y'all all the time. Yo, even the dope boy, the drug dealer, when we pull up into the favela to the spot, my man sitting in the back of the truck, and I told Ralphie this. He got the M4 across his chest. Coach, he like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? My name is Felipe. And I'm like, I'm Eric. And I'm like, but you got that heat on your chest. I'm not about to walk over there, but hey, nice to meet you. But he was so excited just for us to be there. And it wasn't that many of us. It was just like 4 of us. But the impact that you have as a Black American male is so powerful that other people recognize it and they don't want you to have it. So we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this watering down first. So let me just share something real quick for copyright purposes, fair use. But we will not be playing the audio because it does have some music in it, and we don't want to get a copyright strike. So let me add this to the quick. I'm going to change it up real quick for you, Gree. Hold on for 1 second. I am going to go to here, dynamic. We're going to add this to the scene. And then I am going to play it. I want everybody to see.
Here's the thing about being a single plus-size woman having to deal with.
Now, as you can see, this is the Passport Bros now. You got Biff, we got Biff and Buff. We got the Big Lebowski and whatnot. This is what happens when you allow anybody and everybody into your movement and you don't secure your intellectual property. Because nowhere in time has Passport Bros ever been about Caucasian men traveling abroad. And anybody that really is in this travel space already knows that white men have been traveling for centuries. But for you to want to capitalize on that, the reason why is because Black men have been getting too much love. And now, here you got Brad, now all of a sudden they're Passport Bros. Where did they do that at? How did you let this happen? Why are you promoting Passport Bros when it's supposed to be about heterosexual Black men traveling abroad to explore their options? But see, this is what happens when you let everybody to the cookout. This is what happens when you let everybody into your movement and your movement gets diluted. Go where you're best treated. Huh? Are you kidding me? Go where you best treated? For real? And this is what happens. This is why the Black Man's Option, we aren't passport bros, because they're going to take the best parts of it and put themselves in front of it. Oh, I'm a passport bro. But as soon as something bad happens, guess who's going to be on the cover? Yo black ass. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
You got Cameron. You got Cameron out there. Cameron is the face of the passport bros. Now, Cameron and Little Billy and Brad to do.
So this is why because you got too many guys. You got too many guys that are saying I'm passport bro. Brother, why are you a passport bro? Oh, because I got on a plane and I went to the DR for 3 days and I'm still angry and upset at women in the States. So now I'm a passport bro to make them feel better about themselves. Make me feel better about myself and make them feel like, oh, I'm doing them some type of damage. I always said, get your mind right before you travel. And a lot of you dudes don't need to have passports because you don't know how to fucking act. And that's a damn truth. You don't have any home training. You go overseas and you act a damn fool. And you think it's okay until some shit pop off and not realizing that you're doing insurmountable damage to the American black male image. Why? Because whether you want to believe it or not, a lot of these other people look up to us in spite of what we've had to go through in the States. And that shit is powerful. You go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
go ahead. I'm about to get on one, but go ahead.
Listen, the sad part of it is, man, a lot of these guys come from broken families and broken homes from the beginning, so they don't see themselves belonging to something bigger than that. They can't fathom themselves being belonging to a brotherhood, something bigger than that. Because when they look back from where they come from, that's splintered. That's not a solid foundation for them. So they go out there and they find out and get fucked up, and they a lone wolf. They by themselves, and that becomes the face. We're always gonna be the face when some shit goes wrong.
Of course.
White America got a cold. Black America got the flu. So when shit go wrong out there, it's our face, our mug that's gonna be put on it. This reminds me a little bit. I'm not equating it to the same, but just to give a quick analogy of when you saw the civil rights movement and how inclusive that was versus I like history a little bit, man. So I go back and look at Malcolm in the Nation, who didn't allow Caucasians and all that shit in there, and the other side did. So at the end of it, the benefit from the civil rights movement, the benefit went to white women. White women actually benefited from the civil rights.
Exactly.
The most. And because they were splendid and they were all inclusive. And when you see this right here, like you said, we're not protecting intellectual property and letting everybody in. Now you're going to see it. The narrative is going to switch with white boys now saying, well, we having the same kind of issues black men are having, and we're going to go abroad back to our native, back to Europe or whatever, get shown love. And the narrative is going to switch over there. And trust me, in the next 5 years, the narrative will be the whole passport bro movement is due to white boys.
Exactly. Which is why the title of this show is It's Time for a Separation. If you want to continue to associate yourself with that brand, hey, that's on you. But here at the Black Man's Option, emphasis on black man. That's what we're about. Because we already know what's going on with them. We already know how that they're moving. And let them do their thing. We're trying to focus on what we need to focus on. Because black men, we need to stop going at each other, stop building together. Start building together. But it's not going to happen, so you're going to have to link up with like-minded dudes that really, really want to do something, that really want to be a part of something, and understand how important it is for you to have your image intact when you travel abroad and the power that you have as an American black man. Because you got a lot of other people that are cosplaying as black men, too. And that also should let you know that how important our image is, because you got people that want to be us, but they ain't really down with us. Now, I'm going to play another clip. I did see Pablo in here. I'm going to play another clip from Pablo's show, and it's from my man Ronan Travels. and he's going to highlight what we've already been talking about. But I want to play this clip because what he said is very powerful to what we're talking about tonight. So if my man producer Jamel, go ahead and play that clip for us real quick.
A few moments ago, Ronan, you said there has to be checks and balances. But if we're nobody's daddy, then how do we put checks and balances in place then?
At this point, like I said, the cat's out the bag, man. How do you rein? Wait a minute. How do you rein all that shit back in? The cat's out the bag. The organization was like what Davis was saying way back with Charles Tyler and everybody else. That should have been the structure part. There is no structure. Now the cat's out the bag. You can't rein everybody back in. Unless you start saying and you start holding people accountable for using the name.
Yep, and there it is. And what he said makes a lot of sense.
Well, you know what? This should be, I think the next step should be a call to order. Brothers like Ronan and other brothers that had the same sentiment, it should be a call to order where we come together. We come together and trying to rein it back in. If you want to be considered that, if you want to be the lone wolf and you just want to travel and do that, so be it. But if you're looking for structure, image, and being a part of different cultures when you travel, like BMO and all these guys, we have to do that. We can do that. We can call the order. Let's call it the order. E. That's the only way you're going to stop the bullshit. See who's in and who's out.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to stop the bullshit.
Who's in and who's out.
Because it's going to be flooded. Now, my man, let's see, Runway Boys, he said, hold on, let me put that comment up there. So let me get a conversation to that. Let me see. Hold on, let me see what he said. I want to put that up there so I can read that. Please keep us out of your conversation. Runway Boys LLC was registered with the U.S. government in 2009. You made frustrated 2011. We already been to 30 countries by then. I don't understand that, Runway Boys. We're not talking about. Well, okay, so you were registered.
I don't get it. I
don't understand that either. But
I remember anyway. Runaway Boys being part of BMO. I seen them in the BMO. Correct me if I'm wrong, Runaway Boys, but I believe they were part of the BMO structure during Charles, when Charles was involved. But I don't really keep it. You were registered.
Yeah, I don't know. But Runway Boys, okay, what you doing your thing? That's fine. You doing your thing.
But that's part of the issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Part of the issue. Everybody want to do their own thing, and it's
right. You want to do your own thing. That's cool. Hey,
yeah, that's cool.
Whatever. That's cool. But my point is this: are you doing it? Are you stronger together, or are you stronger by yourself? And you've been to 30 countries since 2009, Playboy. I was at 35 before 2000, just myself. And we're not even going to talk about the amount of brothers that are in the group that have been traveling way back in the damn early 90s. So if you're talking about how many countries you've been to, I got you beat by myself. My first passport was burgundy. It wasn't blue. Now, I'm not here to try to cap on anybody, but we'll let you know. Oh, we'll send the link. Hold on for a second. When we almost finish, we'll send the link. Don't worry about that. We'll send the link. But my
yes, so we could join the conversation. If you want to join in, join in.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. But we're gonna finish up our show first, and then he can say what he wants to say. But like I said before, it's all about you working together. That's all that is. But hold on, we're going to give him a chance to say what he got to say.
Yeah, I remember Runaway Boys, and I do recall him being part of the Charles' group. If I'm wrong, man, give the man an opportunity to come up here and clear that up.
Yeah, exactly.
We were doing opposite things. We were doing opposite things in Brazil.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you stronger individually? Are you stronger by yourself? Or are you stronger together?
Right, and that's the whole point. It's stronger together. But you also going to have to say that there's going to have to be some changes in it. Because you definitely have to start making a separation in that. So, lastly, My man Chief Dermo, yeah, big facts. Yeah, my first passport was burgundy. Matter of fact, I got it. I can pull it out right now, both of them. So, but it's not about, and that's the problem. It's not about us trying to say who's the bigger man. We all have traveled. This is not what this is about. What this is about is we want brothers to understand that you need to start protecting your IP and start working together, regardless of whether you are a runway boy, BMO, or other factions. But you're going to be able to have to work with guys that want to do something more than just chase broads. It's not just about that. It's a way of life. It's you working with other brothers and having that network. I've said this from the beginning. Black men, American black men have to start working together, because when you travel abroad, other races of black men are moving. Other races of men are moving that way. When you go to Patia, a lot of them places that you're staying in are owned by Europeans. When you go to Brazil, a lot of them places are owned by Europeans. And them Europeans aren't just one. They're multiple organizations that are going in and buying up these spots because they see the opportunity. You go to Sao Paulo, you got Koreatown, they got blocks and blocks of businesses. Japantown on the other side, they got blocks and blocks of businesses. You don't see any African American. My man down there with jerkies, he got 4 locations. He doing his own thing. That's what we want to promote. My man kicking chicken over in Patia, that's what we want to promote. Brothers buying property overseas, that's what we want to promote. Brothers that want to do something and go in together and rehab a school, that's what we want to promote, because those are the important things. Travel is supposed to give you insight for you to explore something more than in the States and understand that we are worth a whole lot more than what they try to tell us here in the States. Now, I damn sure have gotten that experience from traveling. And I know a lot of you other brothers have gotten it too. And that's what we want to emphasize. We know that the women are going to be there. That's just part of the culture. But how are you going to represent yourself in it? That's the question. All right, Coach.
Listen, before we cut this, we need to do a call to action. We right here, right now. Let's see. In the space, you're more familiar with a lot of the cats than I am. Well, let's do a call to action.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, can you get a call to action? Can you get brothers to move beyond that? That's the thing. Everybody doesn't want to do that. Some people want to be neutral. They want to do their thing. That's cool. But look at what you're doing as a whole for the long term. Because as the world changes, and I've talked about this a lot of brothers are dependent on the United States still being in the economic position that it's in. And if things are changing, today is the first day where the Saudi Arabia is no longer using the U.S. dollar to back the petro. So that means your dollar may or may not have the same type of buying power that it once had before. So what are you doing to hedge against that? Those are conversations that we like to have that aren't had in this space. That's the things that I try to bring emphasis on. That's why the things that we talk about on our channel are pertain to that. But if you continue to let people come in and dilute your message, your movement, then you're not going to have a movement. If you don't start working together and get past tits and ass and start talking about what can we do, yeah, conversations need to be had, and people can talk about what they talk about on their channel. That's not what it is. We need to get on code. I've been trying to do it for 3 years. Most brothers, they don't want to do it. Everybody just want to do their own thing. Okay, cool. I was like, but at some point in time, you're going to have to realize that you're going to have to make a choice. How do you want to live your life? I'm not going to be on YouTube forever. Whenever I find what I'm looking for, I'm off this thing. I'm out. I've said that numerous times. I never aspired to be a YouTuber. I'm doing this because it needs to be done. I'm running an organization, so I have to step up and do this, to put it out there, to advertise, to be the face, to bring this information, but I never aspired to be a YouTuber. I already had my plans to go do something else. But I understand what Coach did, and I understand Charles's vision. And I was with him in that group before he passed away in 2017. So I feel like somebody needs to pass the torch. And that's what we're here for. Now, I may ruffle some feathers, but hey, it is what it is. Somebody got to say it. There's got to be a separation. You have to start holding yourself accountable, and you're going to have to start saying, hey, look, I can't roll with those dudes. They don't know how to act. They're making us look bad. And if you don't think it's serious, then you have been paying attention when you travel. Now, I'm going to drop the link. Coach, you got anything else you want to say before I drop the link? Come on, Coach. Come on, Coach.
No, listen. In all honesty, man, this conversation needs to continue. There needs to be some clarity. You know, why you here and what you here for. And if you're there for that, stay on that side. And those that are looking to do this, come on this side. I think we need to maybe me and you sit down and chop it up, man, get a call to action, put something out, see how many brothers we can get that like-minded individuals and come together as one and protect our property, protect our image, especially when it comes to traveling abroad. You're gonna get some that's just here for the money bag. They're just looking for a bag and that's it. And this right now is the hottest topic out on the internet and it sells. And they're making money off of it and that's all they care about. But like you said, in the next 5-10 years, I'd never inspired to be a YouTuber.
No,
don't have any reason. Yeah, not here to be a YouTuber, but I'm here for the movement. I'm here for the movement.
I'm here for the movement.
I'm here for the movement. So at any time and point I'm needed to be called upon to help move this movement in the right direction, I'm here.
Exactly. And that's what it should be about, the movement. We're here for black male, American black male empowerment and happiness. That's what it is. Whatever that looks like for you. But at the same time, understand your image. Your image is paramount to when you travel. You don't know how important it is until you really start interacting and getting feedback and seeing how people respond to you. And people can say, oh, you exaggerating. Well, Playboy, we got receipts. So I don't have to sit up here and exaggerate. You show me what you've been doing, and I damn sure show you what we've been doing. And we can sit up here and we can make notes and talk about it. This is not a pissing contest. This is, like you said, we're trying to get everything in line because there's too much fuckery going on in the space. It really is. And like I said, I showed you, you're losing your movement. You letting anybody and everybody in. The movement is for heterosexual black men, American black men. That is what the movement has been about. It's not about who got more tits and more ass. That's some high school, junior high shit. And quite frankly, a lot of you dudes out here putting this stuff out here, these chicks that you recycling, bro, we've been there, done that. We got dudes from the help day. And anybody that's really been in this space understand what help is. They know it's plenty of dudes out here sharing chicks, women of leisure. Even some of your favorite YouTuber that's down there broadcasting in Brazil, yeah, we got pics of them too. So it's not new to us. You're not impressing us with this because we know what it is. But to somebody that's never been, never got a passport, or not really interested in traveling, they just want to live vicariously through you, then to them, they think that you are doing the best and the most on an American standard, not knowing that you really not dealing with the top flight chicks in those countries either, because you don't speak the language and you don't know the culture, and you damn sure don't leave no place outside of Copacabana, so I know you ain't going nowhere else. But anyway, I'm going to drop this link, Coach. Anybody want to come on and give their 2 cents? The link is in the description box. But yeah, Coach, it's, you know, we can sit down and we can have a conversation, but that's what we've been trying to have for the past 3 years. Most dudes, they don't really want to associate, definitely with us. I don't know what it is with us. Everybody have all these these things that they want to talk about as far as Charles is concerned. I'm like, but you don't never when we try to do something. And let me say this: I have been trying to reach out to brothers. I flew to Atlanta to meet with some brothers to try to get them to do this before we were even on this. When we first got this group back, I have reached out to brothers to try to say, hey man, let's build something. I have stuck out the olive branch. I have tried to be as supportive as possible to say, hey man, it's not about BMO, it's about all of us, because I'm looking for all of us to win. And brothers weren't interested in that. We went to South Africa. Brothers didn't want to go to South Africa. But what they wanted to do, they wanted to come right behind us and say, hey, I'm going to jump on behind you, but you didn't want to support us. We went to Brazil. Brothers didn't want to support us, but they went right behind us and did exactly the same things that we did. We're not up here to try to be the big dog. What we try to do is we're trying to facilitate something more for everybody. And we're going to sit down, we're going to have this conversation tonight. Hold on for a second. I'm about to switch up to dynamic. Let me add, Coach, I'm going to add you to the screen. My man DJ to the screen. Let me do this. Let me get this right. And we have a special guest, Mr. Jean-Pierre himself, all the way from. Are you back in Chicago? Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. And my man Hendo. All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Hold on, he brought.
Salute, brother. Salute.
Salute, y'all.
Salute.
All right, well, let's get it popping. Who got?
Why you brothers look so angry?
Yeah, smile. It's like
Because we're in the Matrix, that's why.
oh. Hey Dennis, look, man, bro, woo.
I don't know if I can hear shit or not.
Can you hear it, Hendo? Can you hear me? Hold on, let me see. Let me check his volume.
Babe, stand there. I'm on the phone.
Yeah,
Huh?
Dennis. All right, DJ, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Dennis, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yvonne, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, Hendo, you can hear me?
Espera. Vou falar mais tarde.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so what do you guys think about what I said? Who's up first?
Man.
Go ahead, DJ.
Am I up? I don't know if.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short, man. But like I said, this is a sensitive topic, but it's something that had to be said, man. Because we're reaching at a point. You're showing all the path of everywhere everything is going, what this passport movement was, and you've seen the different directions it's heading to right now, man. And like you said, there's so many splinters out right now. It's hard to tell which direction it's going. So, like I said, man, it's been overdue. It's been overdue to say this, the least.
Okay. All right. Dennis, what do you have to say on that?
I look at it like this. Those who want to band together will band together. Those who want to stay on the fringes, they can stay on the fringes. It's just like the movie 300. You just need a small group of like-minded individuals that are going to move and shake. And you know what I'm saying? I can't expect everybody to get on my program. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't want to roll like that, and that's cool. All you need is a small group of like-minded individuals to move and shake and just go from there.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. And it's not like we out here pointing the finger, because like as the guy said, nobody can be held accountable. We don't have the power to regulate who's in the space. What we're trying to do is to get you to recognize that there's
Hello?
an opportunity. Yeah, Hendo, can you hear me?
I don't know if you can hear me now.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
We can hear you.
Yeah. But we just want people to recognize it's an opportunity. And it's like, yo, you have to be able to control some of this stuff that's being put out. Some of this stuff is out of hand, and you want to be able to control that narrative.
Well, I mean, controversy and negativity sells. You know what I'm
True.
saying? I mean, some people may think that the stuff we put out is boring. We're not talking about beaches and broads all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or we're not beefing with other content creators. You know what I'm saying? That's what, unfortunately, a lot of people are attracted to. So that's what get the most. That's the stuff that's out in front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what? And that's the crazy part because the movement is not about beef. It never was about beef. It's about you being able, me to show you a better life, to me to be able to say, hey, this is what I'm experiencing. You can have this too. Let me
Right.
help you.
Right.
But like you said, and you've told me this numerous times, is like if your thumbnails don't have a certain look to them, then you're not going to get the clicks and views or rotation. And we've experienced that too. But at the same time, what are you going to do? Somebody's going to have to make the decision to say, hey, look, I'm going to have to add this. I'm going to have to make the sacrifice, and which is what we're doing. We're sacrificing because we want brothers to be able to have genuine information and not be misinformed by dudes just putting out clicks and views, and then they get there and they find out that it ain't what they thought it was.
Right. That's true. And once you start doing that, you have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
once you go down that road, once you go down that road of just TNA all the time, you have to keep doing it. Once you become known for that, once you stop doing it, your views are going to torpedo.
True. Which is, but that's what we were talking about earlier. It's like the movement is about you exploring options. But like you said, once you start giving that type of content, then that's what people are known for. And you're missing out on the overall subject. The overall goal is to get more brothers to explore the options overseas. It's not just about the TNA, it's about the culture. It's about you in the culture and how people respond to you in that culture. And does that culture fit with your personality? I know you love Brazil. You are a big Brazil man. You embrace that culture. But you show more than most. You actually travel throughout the country and you give a very detailed perspective and report on different places, the food, the people, the culture, the nightlife. That's something that's very welcome because it gives people an intro to a place they can go outside of the regular places in Brazil.
Right. Right. I mean, but like I said before, it's the douchebaggery that gets
well, you know
the
what?
most attention.
And that's true. Go ahead, Coach.
No. I agree with Dennis. And what we're going to have to do is maybe focus just on the impact because we all split it off, so we can't make a big impact like we want to because
Right.
a lot of the fascists are split it off. But I think we have enough substance here within BMO that we can make an impact, and that's how we separate ourselves. Just continue to do what we're doing, and the fuckery, just don't respond to it. Don't go on those podcasts when they come to you or come to me. Please, don't even respond to it. Don't go on those podcasts because that's not the narrative that we're trying to promote. That's not what we're about. So why go on there? Why give them any attention at all?
Right. I'm not into going on other people's podcasts and beefing and I ain't got time for that, man. I ain't got time.
We don't either.
But that's the culture here. The culture here is that beefing and you see how many people became successful off of beefing and all that shit and the dysfunctional shit. That's the culture here. And that's not what we're about. So don't even include ourselves. Just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.
But the other aspect that we talk about, Dennis, is that, and I don't know if you've experienced, I'm pretty sure you have, but how you're perceived in some of these countries.
Yeah, whether we realize it or not, we're representative of the countries that we come from. You know what I'm saying? And I try to represent who I am and where I come from as best as I can. I don't want to portray the countries or the cities I cover in a negative light. I don't want to portray myself in a negative light. So I try to be as respectful to the people, down to the bum on the street. You know what I'm saying? I try to be respectful to the people, to the culture. Say, hey, I'm not here to rape and pillage.
Right, and that's a big thing. That's a big thing, and which is one of the reasons why we moved into the Charles Tyler Foundation, because people are, when you go to these countries, people are so used to you coming in and just taking, and they see us as Black Americans, they view us in a different light versus our counterparts. But if you come in and you act the way that our counterpart acts when they're there, then you start getting the same treatment, and it diminishes their admiration for you,
Right.
versus you doing the stuff that we do. Like I told you, we just did the thing in Brazil. Man, bro, we was in the favela up by the airport, and when I tell you, oh boy had the M4 on his chest, sitting at the back of the Tahoe, and he was happy to see us. He was happy. I thought he was gonna drop that shit and it's gonna go off. He was so happy to see us. And I was trying to explain it to one of the guys with us. I said, that's the effect. I said, because they don't get to meet an American. Those kids, that was the first time them ever seen a Black American in live person. And you could tell the way they acted. And the guy that we worked with, he talks about it. He just hit me up the other day. He's like, yo, man, when are you guys coming back? The kids are really receptive to you. They really responded to you, even in that short period of time. And like I was telling our GM, Ralphie, I said, dude, that impact is powerful. I said, you want to change your image? This is how you do it. Yes, we're going to come there and we're going to partake in activities and enjoy the culture. But at the same time, you also giving back. And they see that and they say, damn, this person is not who I thought it was, or they're not who they say they are in the States. They're the people that we've already grown to love and admire and inspire to be like. That's just,
Exactly.
yeah. All right. Let me get my man Iban. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, y'all. How y'all been?
Man, bro, we've been grinding behind the scenes, but like I said, we back on the scene now.
Yeah,
What you got
yeah.
for us?
What's up, Coach?
What's going on, Ebon?
How you doing?
Listen,
How's your brother? How's your brother doing?
My brother's well, man. My brother's doing well. I was about to ask you about the same circumstances because you guys are going through the same medical conditions, man. Were you able to get out, or you still trying to get out?
Man, I'm still trying. Well, I'm still trying to get out, but mainly I'm just focusing on improving my health. You know, fuck all the dumb shit. You know, my main focus is being the best version I can be, and stacking my money.
Okay.
Those are my two main focuses right there.
Okay. Listen, like I said, when you're ready to get out and about, man, you can hit me up, man, and we'll walk you through the process and make sure you have a good time, man, a good experience, no matter where we're at that time. Brother, like I said, my brother's coming out with us to South Africa. So don't let your medical conditions limit you, because you got resources within the group that'll show you how to navigate through that. So don't feel like you got to get left out. We're here for you.
Definitely that. Yeah. All right, G Dub, what you got, man?
Oh man, I'm my bag. I was running late dealing with my son,
okay.
But
that's okay.
What's up, Coach? What's up, everybody? DJ,
hey, you want to deal with your son? Your ass was out
shot.
Go ahead, that shit.
Yeah, man. But I seen this when we was in Patia, man. It's always something when it comes to America. We always got this competition.
It's on now, huh?
Go ahead, G.
Go ahead,
G.
We always got this. We got this competition amongst us, man, and it could be, a good thing, and it could be bad. But right now, I think it doesn't matter if we got different jerseys on. If we still in that same place, they're gonna look at us the same way. It don't matter if you got ABC on, BMO on. They're gonna look at us as black males doing messed up things. Now, I'm glad we differentiate ourselves from doing a little bit more, civil service when we go there, just to, have a better way of doing things. And another thing, I'm like, man, like, all respect due. Y'all know how I do. I keep it straight gully. These white boys been, traveling since Christopher Columbus, and every time we get something, they want to jump onto it. And I'm just like, man, it just we can't keep nothing to ourselves, man. But when it's bad promotion, then they want to throw it on us. I'm not with that shit, man. I'm really not.
No, and that's why I said you're gonna have to start protecting your intellectual property. You also gonna have to understand your image throughout the world. It's like because there's a reason why they chose Passport Bros. There's a reason why they chose it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a hot trending topic, but why is it a hot trending topic? Because black men are getting admiration from women from other countries throughout the globe through this movement. You got people in other countries, women in other countries going on lives, having conversation with women here, telling them, you don't want them, we'll take them.
Right.
And that, in the bigger scope of things, is detrimental to their image because they have to do everything to keep our image in a negative light. And this Passport Bro is a positive light. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's a positive light. So that's, but you are not going to be able to continue to operate the way that you operate and be a Passport Bro. Like Coach said, in the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be an all-white group. Why? Because you didn't take the opportunity to protect your intellectual property. And like Dennis said, some people may not want to get down with it. Okay, cool. That's your choice. That's your option. But when something pop off, don't come for us to give you some type of support when we were telling you we need to form up like Voltron right now and work things together. Like the other dude, I don't know what happened to him. The Runway Boys, they registered. Okay. So how come we can't work together to do something? How come we can't collab to do something? It's not a pissing contest. It's a reckoning. And we're calling everybody to order and saying, yo, you need to come correct because you don't understand what you're putting out. I understand what Dennis is saying, too. People want beef and fuckery, but that's not what we're here for. We're going to have to go through something to get to where we want to be. And that's what we're doing. We're going to go through something. Some people going to get their feelings hurt. I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I'm just saying what needs to be said. If you don't like what I'm saying, we got it live. We can always come on. We can talk about it. But you are not going to tell me that American black man's image is not powerful, and we need to protect that. And the Passport Bro, the quote-unquote movement, is about heterosexual black American men. That's it. And when you go outside of that, you have deleted or diluted the movement because it's for us. It's not for anybody else. It's for us. That's it. It's for us.
Well, I think a lot of us think that it doesn't pop off until you include the other side. And kind of like that whole crossover movement. Once you cross over to the other side, then it comes mainstream. Once the mainstream start picking up, but it's here. What are you here for? What are you here for? Are you here to explore? Are you here to explore different cultures, find new lives in other places? Or are you here for the clicks and the fame and be a successful YouTuber?
Right. No, go ahead, Coach. I mean,
you have to. We have to realize what everybody's not for the movement. Everybody's not for the movement, and you're gonna have to start. I don't know. It's not as simple to figure out because no matter when anybody travels, I was stuck at the airport in Panama, and I was walking to another gate, and a bunch of them started screaming, "Passport Bro, Passport Bro," and I just looked to start laughing, and just kept walking. If somebody would have said, "Hey, that's BMO," who said that? Who said that? Sort them out. But we're gonna have to. It's not easy to figure out, man. I don't think it's easy to figure out because everybody got on different uniforms, but they don't realize we playing in the same league. We're all in the same league.
Yeah, definitely that, Coach. And like I said, it's just something that has been brewing. We've been sitting back here watching, and it's like you're gonna have to start making a separation in this space because it's just too much that has been pushed, promoted, and has gotten away from what it is. And like you said, the end game, what is your end game? What is your end game? My end game is to be off YouTube. This is a marketing, advertising mechanism for the Black Man's Options, for our events, for our network, and for our nonprofit, which is the Charles Tyler Foundation. This is what it's for. I'm not here to be in beefs. I'm not here to show you a bunch of tits and ass and show you, oh, I met this chick and, you know, she's a woman of leisure, but she really my girlfriend on YouTube. Just so you can say clicks and views and you can feel living vicariously through me. I'm not going to do that because I know that's disingenuous. I'm just not going to do that. And I'm not going to have the back and forth with black men and black women as far as their relationships are concerned. Over here at BMO, we've already made that distinction. That's why we're here.
Yeah. I checked out of that a long time ago. I don't even engage in those kind of conversations.
Right.
I checked out. I have nothing to gain by it. So
right.
You leave me out of that.
DJ, so what do you think we should do to proceed to kind of start this separation and have the brothers come along? I mean, I know BMO, we do our thing, but how do you think we should go about actually approaching other people and vetting them to see if we can work together and get on the same page? Any thoughts on that? I know I said a lot. Oh, hold on for a second, DJ. My fault, my bad. Let me see. Let me unmute you. Okay, go ahead, DJ. My fault. Oh, you're still muted. Let me see. You're still muted.
Yeah, I am. There it is.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
But no, Eric, we've been doing the best that we can right now with vetting. Like I said, even in our trip, every trip that I've been with you guys since 2019, there's always been that one. We've done our best to vet that in and work with them. It's different, I understand. But like I said, when we're starting to do business, I want to say what we're doing is the right thing right now. We're showing our face even more because, I mean, with respect to the passport runway boys, excuse me, everyone's doing their thing, but they're below. They're in the cut doing their thing. The only difference is right now we're showing our face again. We're back again, being like, this is where we never left. So we're being more, like I said, this is a video right now to get brothers out more often, speak our piece, and this is what we're about. This is what we stand for. There's too many cats out there on YouTube just giving little glimpses and clicks and glimpses about what you can do, but you have no, I don't know, bottom line, guys, I don't know too many of these groups that have their own mission statement like we do.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know, you know, for sure what their plan is. Like what's your end goal? We know what our end goal is. We know that we have an outreach program that's going to be part of the things that we do when we travel. We know we want to continue to build things with like-minded brothers overseas. We already have networks in Brazil, in Padia, well, in Thailand, some in Philippines, working on South Africa, and throughout the diaspora. The opportunity is here for you to do something more than just showcasing travel. I think that's the point. It's now with all the people that are actually traveling, and there are brothers that are doing it, but they don't get enough love. They don't get enough shine. They don't get enough admiration for them going overseas and doing it, like Kicking Chicken, like my man Jerky's that opened up the restaurant, or other people that have done things. And there are a couple other people that have done some things in Padia too that have been highlighted. Or the brother that owns the spot in, he owns the hotel in Cartagena. We don't hear anything about that, and brothers don't want to patronize that. We need to be spending our money in those places as well. That's part of it. We need to know where these places are, and we want to showcase that. We want brothers to know, hey, look, when you go here, go spend your money here. Go stay here, because that is going to help us. And when you here, give back. Like Dennis was saying earlier, do something. You don't necessarily have to do a big thing, but understand that you are being watched. They're trying to see if what the United States has said about us is in alignment by the actions that they're witnessing right there while you're in their presence. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't see why that should be such a hard thing with so many brothers that are traveling. Because there's not that many of us in this space. The space isn't that big. Even if you do want to do your thing, but you still got to have some type of organization. And like I keep reiterating this, you got black folks, you got niggas. You want to go over there and do nigga shit, go that away. Because I know what that brings. Sooner or later, you're going to encounter something, and I don't want to have any association with it. Yeah, we can't run from it, but there's going to be distinctions made. And the other thing that needs to happen is we need to start calling it out. That would eliminate a lot of this stuff. Instead of supporting the fuckery, we need to be calling it out. And that doesn't happen a lot or enough in this space as it should.
Nope.
Well, you know, Pookies and Ray Rays, they still fly. So we gonna have Pookies and Ray Rays in this movement of ours, man. But everybody wants to be the head Negro in charge. Everybody wants to talk about they can do their own thing. I don't think it's ever going to be a solidarity in this type of group thing, man. We just got to differentiate ourselves from the group and just keep trucking. Like DJ said, we just got to vet people out. We had some Pookies and Ray Rays with us, and when we get that, we just got to throw them out.
That's true. That's true. But I don't want us to feel like we're by ourselves, because
no, you're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna be by yourself.
I mean,
go be by yourself, man. Until you separate and weed that shit out, we only ones gonna be running the run and shoot. Nobody else.
Yeah.
That's right. You gotta weed. You're gonna be by yourself, and it's okay to be by yourself. Sometimes it's okay to be by yourself, you know. But I'd rather be by myself than to be with somebody that's not on the same accord and just bringing group guys in, but they really for self. Lead them by themselves. It's okay. It's okay. We by ourselves.
Okay.
We'll set the standard.
Yeah.
We'll set the standard, because when you look at this, in certain markets, the standard, they don't make a lot of them. They don't make a lot of them. It's only a few. And then the bullshit, they make a lot of them. You see a lot of low-end cars than you do Bugattis and all that other shit, because they have the standard, so they only make a few of those a year.
Right.
So it's okay to be by ourselves.
Okay. Well, like I said, this is just something that, started off from Pablo's stream, and I know Pablo was in here. I want to give him a shout out as far as doing the stream, and I know he's doing his thing over there. But it's just that you have these guys that want to talk about things that they don't know about. They want to criticize Frustrated. They want to criticize Charles, but they set back. You came from this. You've been in this group. You were around Charles. You watch Frustrated. You've been interviewed by you've interviewed Gree. I say, so why is it so hard for you to understand that, hey, this is something that we could do as a collective, but like you said, we're going to be by ourselves, and maybe that's just something that myself in the leadership position has to come to the conclusion. Just say it is what it is.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad thing being by yourself. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to separate yourself, your product, and what we have from others. That is a watered down solution. That's basically tits and ass. You want tits and ass? That costs 99 cents. You go over there. You want the BMO movement, the BMO
exchange rate.
Yeah. You come over here, so it's going to be different. So I'm all for it, man. Basically, we by ourselves now, and we do the vet. How many times we had to eliminate guys off a group trip? Refund their money back, dog. You're not the type of material that we're looking for.
Man.
Every trip I've been with y'all, there's been at least one, maybe two cats that had to go.
You just have to do it. And a lot of times, how many times those cats have come back and said, man, I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, the one dude with the dreads. Yeah.
Man, I apologize.
He said that. He said, man, y'all got me straight. It's like, dude, we're not here to babysit you. I was like, but we're here to help you just in case you stumble. But when you fall flat on your face and I'm trying to pick you up and you got a problem with me helping me pick you up, then stay your ass face down.
No, but he came back. He appreciate that. Now imagine if, I don't know what he's up to now, if he's just a lone wolf, traveling by himself and see the kind of bullshit he get into, or trying to join another group that embraces that kind of philosophy and bullshit and see what kind of how his life is turning out traveling, because you're really not getting a good experience if you over there alleviated 90% of the time, falling the fuck out and all that. How can you really say you had a good time? Versus where you had guys that had structure, that was showing you shit, that had plans, take you here every day, had functioning itineraries and stuff, and you was able to get a good trip out of that, good exposure for where you're going to, versus going down. Somebody say, "Yo, man, this is where the local titty bar is at, and this is where the local broads hang out, and that's it." And you come back, and somebody says, "Well, what happened?"
Right. And
I
you know what?
I know cats that have been to Brazil and only see the Jesus statue from the ground. Never been up there.
Right.
Yeah, Christ, we only seen it from the ground. Like, oh, that's where it's at right there. Can't leave the strip. Never left the strip. They come back home. We say, "Yo, you went to the Christ Redeemer?" I ain't see that shit, man. I ain't see that shit. Or, if I post something, if I go out there and post something on Instagram or something, they hit me. "Yo, Grease, where's that at? Where'd you find that at? Where's that at over there?" "Oh, man, you got to go over here. You got to go over there. You got to go over there." But,
Hey, you can't get about that triangle.
can't get him out of there. Can't get him out of there. But, that's what they want. So leave them there. But it's sad that when something goes down, that's gonna be the face of the whole passport bro movement.
Exactly.
This happened, and therefore this is it, and this is what they do. We all get included. But the real ones, when they come to research shit and they want to find out, and they do the research, they come here. They come here. When Jason Whitlock was trying to find out the passport bro movement, he came here. He came to the group. He came here. So the real ones that do that are journalists or want to investigate it, they'll end up here. We don't have to worry about that. They know where to come.
Yeah. Well, I get.
And you gotta see that, like, we kind of boring when it comes to the past. We not sensational. We not beating up women and doing all that type of thing that sells. We boring. We out there feeding people. My motherfuckers don't want to see that shit. Oh man, these motherfuckers. But not knowing, gentlemen don't tell. We still, raise a little hell, but that's not what we about. So, and none of these guys, look, bro, ain't none of us talking about, I gotta wait till my YouTube check come in so I can take everybody to dinner or go chill at BB's or somewhere like that. We do this because for the love of it, not because we need money. A lot of these guys are motivated by, I got to get some clicks and get some sensational stuff going on. That's not us. It never was.
And that's the other part. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
No, and like to piggyback off what G just said, but most of us are born here in our private lives. We go grind, make our money. We're not hanging out at the local clubs and being involved in all the fuckery. Or, yo, you check out this spot. Nah, man, I stacking my bread because I'm going to South Africa in November. And then, people look at you going, what you going there for? Why not? So we're born here in our private lives.
Right.
When we travel abroad, we ain't, got to have bottles and throwing champagne and all that shit. We trying to scope out the area to find out how could it be beneficial to our life in the long run. This is right. I'm going to settle down because majority of us are looking to relocate, and majority of us is on the verge of relocating. So we look at it, we go there with a different lens. Yeah, fuck the party. All that shit gonna be there. I ain't worried about that shit. What the property value look like? What's the hottest property stuff to look at? If I decide to have kids, with the school zones and how far the favelas? I don't want to live in the hood.
Investment opportunities.
Right.
Opportunities to invest.
Yeah. I ain't traveling, 10,000 miles to go live in the hood.
Right.
Stay here for that shit. But it's gonna be boring. It's not gonna be exciting. Not gonna be excited because I'm a little bit old. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to find me some shit with a pool in the backyard.
Yeah,
and get my routine there. Pick up the bed, get my routine, establish that over there. Get me a dog so I can walk it along the beach, get my exercise like that, and chill, and live a good life.
Yeah, that exactly. That's just how when we go some places, we look at, okay, where can we live at? What type of residency do I have to have? That's what's on our minds, instead of saying, well, that club was bumping last night. Let's go back to it. But when we go to the club, we go to the club.
Yeah.
We're very noticeable in that aspect, you know.
I mean,
So
yeah, because like I said, it's a rarity. Now there are some dudes that travel, but for you to have brothers that didn't grow up together, we're not in a fraternity or any other affiliation like that. For us to come together and be able to move at 15, 20, 25, 30 people at a time, and you move into a space like that, dude, you're gonna change. You're gonna change the environment. People are gonna know just from the energy, and that the response to black men when you hold yourself or conduct yourself in a certain way, it's really gonna be powerful. But like I said, if you tits and ass and you got Hennessy in one hand and 2 scoops in another hand, you ain't paying attention to your surroundings. You too busy trying to do some pushing and shoving. I say, and you miss. Yeah, you get something short term, but long term, you missing out. You missing out.
And look, the people of that country, they not stupid. They see like this is an American fool. We don't want to deal with him. That was never any of our experiences, man. We got people asking us when we coming back. You guys really made an impact on things. So, and if you're traveling by yourself, you are more susceptible to be a victim.
Yeah, because sometimes you can be a target, and I know you got guys that are experienced, but we've highlighted dudes that travel solo too, and still had the experience, and still ended up losing their lives. You know, which is very, very unfortunate. But like I said, it's about multiple things. You have naysayers. You got guys that are worrying about your marital status, which that's something new to us. Why you worried about what we do? And then you got the image that you're putting out, not understanding the way that your image is really being portrayed and viewed when you go to these places, and how impactful you can truly be if you have the opportunity to be a part of that community. Like my man Carlos at Learn Crypto TV. He said, man, I came in. He said, I barbecued for the community that he was in. He said, man, now I can get anything and everything that I need from that community just by that gesture, not coming in and just going there to take. He said he came in, set up the barbecue, did something for the kids and whatnot, and put himself in a situation to where now they view him as like, okay, this guy is not a regular gringo. He's coming in. And you may think that, oh, he just cooking some food for him. That ain't no big deal. When you go to some of these places, that's a huge deal to them. That's huge. And especially coming from you with your complexion, that definitely makes your image, not just you personally, but American black men globally go up. Because now they got a reference to be able to say, hold up, no, the black American dude, that might be him, but this dude right here, to Learn Crypto TV, nah, Carlos, he did this for us. He cool. That dude, he acting a fool. You can rob him, but not Carlos. Let him stay where he at. And that's part of your image.
Yeah, that was well said. Yeah, and I think when the kids see us, they see themselves. We the same color. Because when you get something from somebody, 9 times out of 10, they're a little bit more paler than we are. So when they see us come through and we have just as much as the pale faces may have, and we giving it out of straight love, we more comfortable with it. There's an energy that flow between people of color, man, that some individuals and races don't understand.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, it's just, just something that needed to be discussed. And like I said, a guy made some comments on Pablo's live stream the other night. There was a catalyst for the conversation tonight. And like I said, we talked about it in the admin, and I hit up Gree. First off, we got to, put some respect on Gree's name. Dude talking about something that he don't really know anything about. And then the comment that Ronan made about structure and stuff. And even if you don't agree with everything we're saying, you got to, if you really understand what we're saying, you got to say, yo, something's got to give, though. Because you don't want to keep supporting the fuckery. That's just what it is.
Hey, G, he wanted to know if I eat pancakes or not.
Of course. Yeah. See, that's code word. That just
those who need it don't know. Those who don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. So
those who, hey, like they say, those who know don't tell. And those
right,
who don't tell don't
right,
know.
right, right,
You
right.
don't try to put what I put on my pancakes, man.
Yeah.
Get you a
Exactly.
stack. You got you a stack.
Exactly.
Get you a
Exactly.
stack, man. But like I
Exactly.
told E, man, this is I don't know the gentleman at all. I don't know his age range, but now it's an era where you deal with men and their feelings. Men got feelings now, and we got to take that into consideration. You know what I mean? So
Right.
these dudes got feelings. I don't know what Gree. What are he doing?
Right. Right. Watching pockets, pockets,
Yeah.
and everything else.
When we start this, but this was where we at. This is where we at, man. So listen, man. I'm proud of the brothers in this group. I've made lasting friendships, man, and we travel, experience great things together, man. And so when we see each other, it's like a family. Especially
It's
the
genuine.
family. Even the new guys that come in, they get treated like family because they get vetted until they show us otherwise. Then we have to show them the door. But most of the time, most guys come in, man. We have a great time, great experience, and I know when I decide to go ahead and make that final destination trip, there's a lot of guys I can reach out to that will steer me in the right direction, and that's what this group is all about.
Definitely.
Damn, can you show me the chick that got the fattest ass? Well, just go where the group of guys are hanging at. That's the one.
Yeah.
Well, everybody don't like the fattest ass. I like 2 scoops. That's all I need.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I like my meat lean. I like a lot of food on my meat lean.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I like the ass fat. I'm sorry. I
like a little fat on it.
I like a little fat on it, man.
Okay, that's good. You get good season, but hey, be careful though.
Yeah,
as long as the legs match, you can't be having no, letter P's and everything. You ain't doing no squats. You got more ass than you got leg. That's
listen, I'm concerned with Ebron's health. Now he tell you he like a lot of ass. I don't know he can handle all of that.
Man, hey.
Yeah.
At my heaviest, I was 320 pounds, still lifting.
Okay.
I'm used to working with heavy equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, but that may be walking. But you gotta have some cardio when you come over and get that bunda in Brazil, man. You just
don't
can't be
worry,
lifting
brother.
now.
Hey, like I said, I'm still working on that. I'm doing calisthenics and cardio.
Well, you gonna
so
have
you're not
to.
just living in the past. You're not just living in the past.
Yeah. Just get your steps in. But
Well, hold up, but Ebron, when we gonna get you on the trip, man? I'd love to meet you in person, man. Hang out.
But like I said, man, my mind is just focused on getting on being better and whatnot.
And when I said that, I didn't mean it in no Diddy way. Like
I know.
Yeah.
Just say no Diddy.
Focus on your health. I can't focus, but I'm saying don't let your health limit you and think that you can't go out and experience. Because like I said, my brother, he's been on several trips with us, and he's going out to South Africa with us, and he's got the same medical condition you have, but we'll walk you through the steps and walk you through the channel, so you wouldn't be by yourself.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We family here. So
Right.
don't think like, damn, I go out there, I'm gonna be by myself, because you can
Never
coordinate
that.
with my brother, and y'all can set up your times together, so y'all can go in and out together, and you'll have somebody there, and then when it comes to doing the trips and all that stuff, and we're all together. So my brother had a great time. He'll tell you, man, I had a great time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we watch each other's back, man. If we will, you wouldn't even know we checking you out. We making sure you having a good time, and you probably get 4 or 5 of us, unbeknownst to the 4 or 5 that came up to you and said, "Man, you good? What you need? Everything all right?" So, and you would be amazed of the facilities that they have overseas. A lot of people think that the U.S. is the only one that's capable of doing certain things, but trust me, where we go, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing that's been cutting a lot of things off because of the propaganda.
And you can't be listening to people who you think that's in your corner, because a lot of people don't know and they want to tell you not to go somewhere based on their prejudices. So if you telling family members or close friends, "Hey man, I'm gonna go take but you know how you are, man. Are you gonna be all right? We don't want you to go and you fall out." You can't really tell everybody your business. You got to take that leap of faith, brother, and you at the right place. So like Coach says, you have similar situations. We all watch out for each other. Whether if we got to take brother and you and one of us got to go with you, we have no problem with that.
Absolutely.
Because you're not going by yourself, trust me.
Right.
And we got admin guys that excuse me, let me just finish this, fellas. We got admin guys where, case in point, one of our good members didn't want to finish partying in K-Town. So, you know, the prayers and goals said, like, man, I'm tired. I said, look, me and Jesus cleats, we gonna go with him. We gonna ride with him. We gonna do our thing. And look, we had one of them fellas that was acting up and wanted to go out and was getting in trouble with the club and got kicked out. But you had one of us who knew what we were doing, who had everybody's back. We went and retrieved him. Everybody got back safe. That's our main goal.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I think that's another thing that doesn't get discussed is the brotherhood. It's like out of all this stuff, it's a small segment of black men, American black men traveling and having connection with like-minded brothers. Because if you see somebody in this space, it's so small that you feel like you should be able to connect. And most times you do. A lot of brothers that aren't on YouTube and you meet out in the airport or you meet out someplace, you can connect with them. But then you're always still going to have that small percentage of dudes that just are going to be who they are. And
the
like
renegades.
You got to let them be who they are.
Yeah.
So, you know. But
my bad.
Go ahead.
One thing I love about this group, Iban, just to let you know, man, is when we say brotherhood, we mean it. What I mean by that is the support. Like once we get overseas, wherever we're at, whether it's Thailand, Brazil, or wherever we traveled before, we've got your back. However, when you get back stateside, we've got your back in any city that you're in. Case in point, I'm here in Brooklyn. I've got 4 strong brothers around me within a 4-block radius. Ironically, we met together in Thailand. That's how we first met, but we lived 4 blocks away from each other. I got Gree. Anytime I need something from him, he's here. I got his back. He knows I got his back. He knows he got mine. Same thing with if you I go to Texas. I got 3 brothers I can look on. If I wanted to contact Eric in Orlando, or even if I want to go to the West Coast, every brother got your back here, man.
Yeah.
If you go to the West Coast, contact Steve Brown. Don't fuck with him.
Steve Brown.
Hey, yeah, but don't have no warrants because you going to jail with Steve Brown.
Yeah, Steve tell on you. Steve, but keep that in mind, man, because everybody they'll try to dissuade you from doing that, man. But you fall out going around the corner playing lotto and shit. You know, anything can happen at any given time, man. So don't let fear set in and rob you of a great experience.
No.
They'll tell you, oh man, you know your condition. Well, shit, I'm going with somebody that got the same condition. He's been traveling around, bro. So what's next? Yeah. You got this set up, well, we got this set up. We show you how you get travel insurance for little or nothing. You get travel, so if something happened to you, man, you got insurance and all that stuff there. You know, this is brotherhood. So this is not some YouTubers trying to sell you something or try to get something out of you. Only thing I want from you is to have a great experience, man.
Right. Exactly.
And if you're not around, if we come to a designated area to gather up and you ain't around, we asking questions. Where are you?
Definitely.
Because we're not going to go on no type of transportation, get no type of Uber until we know everybody is safely on the way. Trust me. I'm on an island. I'm going to tell you, I passed out one time in Phuket. It was one of the hottest summers. The brothers was on the boat, but they didn't go nowhere because I wasn't there. So we all take inventory on who's there, bro. And I had so many brothers watching out for me, bro. I was cool. And it's something that heals the spirit when you outside of your comfort zone and you got people that got your back, your sides and your front, bro. I mean, when that happened, when Coach, I was on last with Coach, you all right? I'm looking at you. You cool? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. But it's just that comfort level that you know people are watching out for you, bro. And the solo travelers, God bless them. But I would never want to travel without my brothers, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's the biggest takeaway out of all of this is that they pit us together. Like Dennis Jean-Pierre was saying earlier, you know, beef and negativity sells. It's like, but why does it sell more in our community? Because they know that it's dysfunctional and destructive. And this is what we don't want to promote. We want to counteract that. And like I said, this stream tonight is not about beef, but it is about some things that have needed to be said at a long time. And maybe some people don't want to say it because it's going to mess up their YouTube money. Well, our YouTube money, all our money goes straight to our Charles Tyler Foundation nonprofit. So none of this go to my pocket. None of this goes.
You would be amazed. I'm sorry, E. You would be amazed. You would be amazed how you see, and I know Coach, DJ, and the press, they can contest to this. There's nothing more powerful than people seeing strong, well-mannered brothers walking somewhere 10 deep. It's like they partner Red Sea and they wondering who are these brothers. I mean, Will can go into a store and we'll make a lifetime friends of people that work at the store because we just have that type of personality. It's powerful, man. You got to experience it.
Yeah, and to piggyback on what you're saying, that's the whole thing about having a connection with folk and your image and how people see you, because it's the small things. We're already counteracting the negative dysfunction that's being exported by our music and our culture. They don't highlight the positive stuff, but
exactly.
Go and see there are positive aspects of our culture, and we can reinforce that by our actions and our presence. That's really the biggest takeaway out of all of this. So, the stream was about what it was, and we gonna stand on it. Anybody got to say anything to say about it? We hear all the time, anytime, wherever you want to find us. We ain't hard to find.
Nah.
But if you don't think that there's going to be a time where we need to have the separation, well, the time is now. So if you want to continue to push that moniker while it's being diluted, sooner or later it's not going to mean anything. But the black man's option is always going to be here.
We're here to stay.
Yeah, we're here to stay. We're 10 years deep, and we have members that have been doing this shit since the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're going to talk about traveling. Like I said, my first passport was burgundy, and I got that in 1991. So, I'm still learning.
Well, I have a question on that. Since the
come on with it.
Since the other representative of the group, the Runway, whatever the hell, well, they
another faction. They've been,
Yeah, can we BMO also get LLC?
Oh, we're already there.
Okay.
We're already there. We're already there. We were already there. Not only do we have the LLC, we also have a federally registered trademark. So not only is the Black Man option a federally registered trademark, but so is the logo that accompanies it. So we're protected.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good. And the nonprofit is in the process of being finalized. The bylaws are being proofread by one of our admin team, and once that's done, then we're going to be official. So I understand what he was saying, and I congratulate them on that. But at the same time, there's no reason why we have to have a pissing contest. You can do your thing, we can do our thing, we can still do things together. Nobody's taking away from that. It's like that hip hop documentary on Netflix. It's like everybody got their own flavor. Everybody got plenty of things to eat. I say, but you still can come together for the love of hip hop. Well, it's the same thing here. It's for the love for black men traveling, exploring their options. You still can go do your thing over here and over there, but understand there's money for everybody. And for us, our money is going to other people. The joint that we did in South Africa, even during COVID, we were feeding people in an unofficial capacity. So, but
that's right.
Nobody really knows about that. Those are things that we were doing beforehand. So even during COVID, we were doing this outreach back then. We just now made it official with paperwork, but we've been doing that. So
we even helped the school out in South Africa.
Yeah,
we got a school that we helped out.
Yeah, we want guys to understand, you're gonna have to start making a decision. If you just want to be by yourself, cool. But you're gonna get so much more with us together. And that's what you're gonna have to realize. If you choose not to, if you want to be solo and you're gonna keep making YouTube money, good, have at that. But you're not gonna make it because other groups of men don't move like that. Black men in America, we the only ones that move like that, and we have to stop, especially with us in this space that have the type of funds and resources and education. I want to highlight my man. Hold on, he just said something. Yeah, Ghost Man Kang. Yeah, they got the highlighter syndrome. They can be only one. No, and that's the problem, because I'm only trying to marry or be with one woman. I don't need 100. So there can be more than one, but we can do businesses. We can invest with each other. Yo, it's a great opportunity on the continent to invest in power grids and structure like that. And we got a brother that's into that solar stuff, and we're going to be working with him on that stuff. We trying to get money. Broads are going to be there. We trying to get money.
Yeah.
And set up shop overseas. We already know that.
I highly advise getting a tech ETF, especially in Japan and in China.
Right. And that's what we want to promote, because that's really where we're going to blossom and shine. We already the most desired. That's why they got to hijack the movement. They already know that.
Yeah.
So
But you
now,
know, the Willie Lynch letters, man, is straight in effect when it comes to us, man. It's something about our people that we can't bond together like most, man. Willie Lynch is something else, bro.
It's been conditioned. Subtlety is a motherfucker, man. It's been conditioned, you know, from generations on down. It's been conditioned.
Yeah. Well, like I said, BMO, we here to break the condition, and we're gonna do the best that we can as a group to do what we've been doing. And no, John Lewick left the store over here.
Yeah,
that's funny. Funny.
And you try to separate yourself from it, you know.
Yeah.
I ain't got a platitudes. Y'all already know, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And like I said, people that are watching the stream, hey, you can contact us at the Black Man's Option. We on TikTok, we on Instagram, we on the Facebook group. Anytime you want to have a conversation, we here. We ain't hard to find, like Coach said, but we said what we had to say. So it looks like we're about to end. I didn't realize that there was a time limit on this broadcast. I apologize if it does cut off, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. I'm gonna give everybody a second to say a couple things, and then I'm gonna give my last remark, say one or two more things, and then we're gonna be out of here.
Let me go first, because I'm old, man. I'm boring. I got to be in the bed.
Okay, all right, go ahead, Coach. Hold on for a second.
Going on 9 o'clock.
Hold on for a second. I'm gonna transfer the dynamic, so I'm gonna give you the. Mine
gonna be short. I don't need all that. Mine gonna be short. I just
go ahead. All right.
Listen, E, you know I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all you brothers, man, and thanks for having me on for tonight's discussion. And I hope somehow, some way, we find a solution where we can all work together. That hasn't, so far in the history of America, that has not happened yet. But hopefully, we can get that, man. If not, I'm cool with being alone. I'm cool with the brothers I have with me. I'm cool with that. So we extend the olive branch. Those who take it. If we can't work together, I ain't saying everybody got to be BMO, but find a way to work together. And if we can work together, man, to make some stuff happen, man, I'm all for it. And I'm looking forward to the South Africa trip in November. You brothers have a good night, man, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Coach.
Man. Hey, hold on one second. He want to know what kind of pancakes I eat.
Hold on, wait.
You want to know what kind of fucking pancakes I eat? I like my shit original.
Yeah.
Original. And listen, I know that maple syrup is better for you, but I like that Aunt Your Mama. I know that's right. But I like that Aunt Your Mama. I don't fuck with Miss Butterworth. All right, I hope that helps you out.
All right, Coach, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, peace, Coach.
Later. All right, Ebon, go ahead, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put you up front and center. Let you say your piece.
All right, yeah. it was good, getting back to the swing of things and whatnot. But definitely leave me coach's information on all what I need to do and all that and whatnot, especially on the South African trip. If I can't make that one, on trips later on. But send me that information, please. I do need it.
Okay. All right, brother. We're gonna keep you. We're gonna keep you posted.
Okay.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming up, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man. It's good seeing y'all again.
Good seeing
Same
you
here,
too,
man.
brother.
Take care, man.
DJ.
All right, DJ, you up next.
All right, guys, short and sweet. What this whole thing about this is quality over quantity. With that being said, love you, BMO brothers. No Diddy. I'm out.
All right.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. That's the new one.
All right. IG, you up?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, like, if we're not gonna wear the same hats and we have different philosophies of traveling, let's just have one thing in common. Let's make sure that the image of the black man abroad is in a good space. We don't have to sit and break bread to each other. We can just say hello and keep it moving in opposite directions. But let's have an agreement to make sure that our image overseas is the best one that can be. Let's work together in that. And if we can work together in that, I'm satisfied.
All right, coach. IG, man. I'm gonna drop you down, bro.
Okay.
All right. Hey, man, I want to appreciate everybody for coming on the panel. I want to especially thank Coach and all my BMO members for coming on, and a special thanks to Dennis Jean-Pierre. If y'all don't know, y'all go check out Dennis's channel. I'm pretty sure all y'all know who Dennis is. He's been in the game for a minute. I want to say thank you to Pablo for having that stream and highlighting a lot of the things that we echo over here. I don't get a chance to view Pablo as much as I used to because of my work schedule and what we've been doing with the nonprofit and stuff. But Pablo seems to understand a lot, and he's actually doing a lot of the heavy lifting that BMO just can't do right now. And so I appreciate that, appreciate you that, and appreciate the comment from my man Ronan, and even to the Runway Boys. Or let me, did I say that right? I know my man Jay Clyde, the Runway Boy. Like I said, brother, there's no disrespect. This is not about a pissing contest. This is basically bringing awareness to something that we need to do as black men in this space. And there definitely needs to be a separation because your image is so important. And it's even more so now because all the admiration that black men have been getting throughout the world being expressed on YouTube or whatever social media platform, and that's having an effect and in a positive way. So we want to be able to keep that. And like I said earlier, for the naysayers, you worrying about what Coach is doing, Grease is doing, Frustrated is doing, what Charles did and all the other stuff, then you worrying about the wrong things. You need to worry about what you need to do first, and then you can come back and talk to us. Now, somebody, Runway Boys. Okay, so shout out to them. They've been doing their thing since 2009, traveling. Hey, I salute you. My point is, just understand what we're talking about. Having a separation and being able to say, hey, look, I'm not with them. When we travel, we gonna distinguish ourselves from the Pookies and Ray Rays that have ended up grabbing a passport and going overseas and acting a damn fool. So now we have taken a hiatus, and like I said, my schedule has been a little hasty, but now we are moving back into this. We're gonna at least try to do once a week, especially with Coach. We're gonna try to bring back BMO Radio. We're working on the call-in side of it, and once we get that figured out, then that's definitely going to be a weekly show. But coming up, I do have an upcoming stream with a guy that is very knowledgeable about Brazil. And that's something that we've been meaning to talk about. The changing, how do I want to say this without sounding condescending? the changing damn, how do I want to say that? Anyway, things are changing in Brazil. The landscape, thank you. I got caught up. The changing landscape in Brazil, especially when it pertains to black men that don't test out with the paper bag test. There are things that have not been said that we have already been picking up on. You know, some people are starting to have the conversation. Dennis Jean-Pierre has picked up on it, definitely, in conversations we've had before. But we have somebody that has been has done extensive research on it, and I hope to have him real soon. We've been in conversations about doing a stream, and I think that's going to be a 3-part stream because there's a lot of information that this brother has to offer. 16 years in Brazil. He has over 200 articles that he's written pertaining to the black movement in Brazil. Very knowledgeable. He has a YouTube channel. I don't want to spill the beans just yet, but once we get everything lined up, we're going to bring it to you in a 3-part series. That, and I also have another person that I'm going to bring on the show to show you and share with you his life, his reality show with him living in Salvador Bahia. That's going to be a big thing. And once again, the BMO Radio, we're going to be here taking your calls and continuing to put this positive image out. And last but not least, like I said before, the Charles Tyler Foundation is our nonprofit organization. That organization does give back outreach programs. We've already done events in Brazil and South Africa, and we're looking to do events in other destinations. Once we get everything up and running, there'll definitely be a link. Please donate. It will be a tax write-off event if you do, because we will be an official nonprofit, not some just fly-by-night stuff. So look forward to that, promoting that and getting that up. I think that's it'd be very powerful for us. And last but not least, I want to say thank you for everybody. 2-hour stream. I think this is the most people that we had. I really do want to thank everybody for spending their time with us tonight. I know the game is on. I'm pulling for Dallas, but I think Boston might do it. Anyway, look forward to the stream. Like, share, and subscribe. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're here. Everybody, y'all take care and have a good night. And Jamel, he gonna fly me the hell up out of here.
Hoje o Instituto fez mais um evento social, só que foi um evento diferente. Tivemos a visita de um grupo de americanos de uma ONG chamada Blackman's Option, que estiveram na Maré e estiveram no Turano. Foi maravilhoso. Eles contribuíram com 120 cestas básicas. Conseguimos também fazer o Cine Comunidade para as crianças. E no final tivemos um jantar para todos os convidados.
So today was a wonderful day. It's a privilege to be able to be in the position to give back. And as we travel, we see things and we want to do something. And this was a perfect opportunity today to give back to a community and be a part of this community in Brazil.
Oh, today was a very wonderful day. It was a life-changing experience. I got to see exactly what Rodrigo does. He has a very great project. I think it's very inspirational. To me, he's a hero.
Agradeço demais ao Ralph da Blackman's Option pela parceria e mostra que, independente das culturas diferenciadas, todos podemos pensar pelo bem maior, que é o ser humano, e a melhora das crianças através de projetos sociais, esporte e entretenimento. Ralph, a você, meu máximo respeito. Muito obrigado pela parceria e a visita aqui no nosso país. Os.
Everybody in here was picked, selected, chosen. You are a difference maker. You are special. You are somebody. You're a conduit of change, and that's what we're going to do, change things. I don't know if y'all know it, but we're going to win. I don't know if you feel it, but we're going to win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to win. You got to understand we're going to win right now, not later, right now. Everybody in here is a change agent. We could go down the line and one of you, every last one of you have a story how you provoke change wherever you've been in some form or fashion. It ain't no normal guys in here. Everybody's been through something, they come out of it, but you changed the game wherever you've been. Am I right or wrong? You just got to believe. I believe it. You got to believe it.
This is Charles Tyler over at the Black Man's Option. Remember, I showed you the door. Only you can walk through it. Let's see what the world is all about. Charles Tyler signing off for the Black Man's Option. Check y'all later.